It will soon be possible to invest 60 trillion in the cryptocurrency market. What possible effects might any of this funding have on XRP's price? Could we enter 3 or 4 numbers? Yes, without a doubt. Here is some information I also want to share you. The CEO and creator of eToro have brought up XRP. Additionally, SALT has released some fresh material regarding atomic settlement and blockchain as the next financial system. This site has a wealth of excellent information. We will also include some information about XRP and Ripple. We will discuss the Clarity Act. We will discuss the potential implications for holders of XRP of Ripple's ability to solve problems at scale. This is where we should begin. This is the price of XRP as posted by an asset investor, approximately $60 trillion worth of assets in retirement accounts worldwide with no money currently allocated to digital assets. The price of Bitcoin rises by $30,000 for each 1% allocation from the 60 trillion. Therefore, in my opinion, a 2% allocation would be prudent when you take into account that all of those assets are currently in a financial system whose officials have stated that they wish to depreciate them by 2% annually. Therefore, why wouldn't those accounts stake 2% of everything that is represented by melting ice cubes and place it in a different protocol? Once more, that alone would push Bitcoin up more than 50% from here to 175K. We continue to believe that we are really early. Early indications of institutional adoption are still being observed. Consider Dorges, the largest sovereign wealth fund in the world with $2 trillion in assets, which has been increasing its exposure to digital assets like Bitcoin. For them, it's still a rounding mistake. However, the fact that the greatest sovereign wealth fund in the world, the largest endowment in Harvard, is now purchasing Bitcoin and doing so makes it possible for all other pertinent parties, including other endowments and sovereign wealth funds, to do so in a very intriguing way. Please respond to this query. More and more of the Bitcoin infrastructure is being consumed by miners. Currently, 2 businesses control more than 51% of the mining power. What would happen if those businesses combined to form a single, massive corporation that had authority over which transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain were accepted and which were not? Would Bitcoin be safe in that scenario? And what could that firm do with all that power? What prevents a nation like China from producing 51% of the world's miners? To build a giant plant or a series of mega factories that could replace this, they could invest hundreds of billions of dollars. I'll simply go ahead and show you a few of these details. 600 billion is 1% of 60 trillion RP straight into it. What could it do? This might alter the price to 12.96 if it's a 1-to-1 transaction with 600 billion moving directly to XRP. Although there isn't enough liquidity to go 1-for-1, we know that when new inflows purchase fresh XRP off the open market, it has a multiplier impact. Therefore, whether we consider a FX or 100x multiplication, we may be discussing a 255 XR or bondars on XRP 600 billion and a 100x multiplier, which translates to a 60 trillion market cap for XRP. Additionally, I wanted to examine the outcomes of investing 2, 3, or 5% of the 60 trillion in XRP. It goes without saying that this is a fairy tale, like purchasing a lottery ticket and striking every number, isn't it? This is similar to what you would be looking for in terms of price if the sun, moon, earth, and the rest of the cosmos all lined up precisely and we could see into the future. I will not endure all of this. Here, 2%, 3%, and 5% if you would prefer to simply gaze at the screen. The flat rate is this. This multiplier is 25x, 50x, and 100x. I am aware that this appears to be quite juicy. The CEO of eToro is seen here bringing up XRP. Let's get it. After that, there was the first cryptocurrency rally before we began trading for customers. Thus, customers began trading Bitcoin on eToro in 2013 and continued to do so for 4 years. Everyone, including my board and management, said, "Yoni, you were investing heavily in Bitcoin." Actually, nothing occurred. We felt that a lot of resources were being wasted. Then 2017 arrived. 95% of our clients were trading Bitcoin and XRP before the end of 2017. Additionally, when ETH was about 4, we featured it. As a result, I have always been and continue to be a huge admirer of digital assets, blockchain, tokenization, and Bitcoin. Furthermore, I am certain that we are still in the very early phases. It will go on and on. What makes you believe that? What makes you believe that? Before we discuss the rest of the market, let's talk about Bitcoin. But why, in your opinion, with Bitcoin in particular? We will avoid discussing that. The clip has just 5 seconds remaining. As you can see, I'm interacting with my dog by waving and doing other gestures. Here, we were at a standstill. You were unable to see her. She wasn't sure if she wanted to enter the room or leave, but she's off camera. She was unaware of my intention to remain at the desk. She was therefore teetering on the edge of her seat. In any case, okay. We recently had Franklin Templeton, the CEO, who was interviewed, I guess, by Bloomberg or another major network. She also discussed the future of financial markets and tokenization, as well as how institutions would be embracing digital assets as the new infrastructure. Thus, it's simply fascinating to observe her. She also mentioned that not all cryptocurrency is made equal. Franklin Templeton has applied for a Bitcoin ETF, which is why I found it intriguing. The CEO of Ethereum ETF, Solana ETF, An XRP ETF is stating that not all cryptocurrencies are made equal and that you should only invest in those that you know have some actual use case. Ultimately, you consider Franklin Templeton's actions. These are the 4 resources. I do believe that sky's a little bit here since they are most optimistic on the freaking moon is our destination. Naturally, we have no idea how long this will all take, but it would be great if you could simply zoom out to see our current location and our destination. I wander about singing a song and doing a strange dance, and this is the reason I'm always so happy. I hope the video is enjoyable to you. If you did, guys, please hit like and leave a remark below. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Spending time with you is always a privilege. Many thanks. I recently created a course to help XRP novices, intermediates, and specialists better grasp the XRP ledger and how it affects the business. There is a link in the description if you would like to receive that course for free. After completing the course, kindly let me know your thoughts.